I went on Atrioc and every political streamer got mad at me. J-Reg put up a video an hour ago about me. Holy! What the hell?
So this Atrioc guy found out about my political meta update video.
I thought it was really funny and insightful and covered parts. Why is he blowing out my mic volume? That can't be my fucking volume on the stream, right? I sound way too loud.
And I went on his stream
That's
to
not my
explain
mic.
some emerging...
That's not my mic. Why did he blew it out, dude? What the hell? That's not my mic. No, that you guys are saying that like it's true, but it's not. I watch my own clips, bro. It doesn't sound like that. You're saying I told you and you're wrong. We can watch a clip right now, bro. It doesn't sound like that. A just cleans it up. It doesn't do shit. You guys are fucking gaslighting me. I'm getting gaslit so hard. FOMC React Day. I don't miss an FOMC, but this sounds totally fine. This is the last, and then he's got me blown out. He put an effect on it, bro. I don't know what he did, but he put an effect on it.
And I went on his stream to explain some emerging political tribes. I thought it went well. It was a good conversation. And that was surprising to me because he is a streamer. Streaming is an inherently satanic medium. It siphons away your grill and replaces human connection with some guy on your screen that you need to pay $10 to talk to. So I'm not going to post the whole thing here. You can watch it on Atrioc.
Wow, $6. Let's get real. It's $6, okay? Don't try to upcharge.
But it evoked a lot of thoughts that I want to talk through here on my channel. And I'll also take you through how every streamer that I mentioned in that video was summoned like a Voldemort or Bloody Mary or something as soon as I said their name. We started by giving him a rundown on my previous eras.
The idea was there's these four political extremes. We got a communist, an anarchist, a capitalist, and a fourth.
He put something on this mic. But why? Why is he blowing? Now his mic sounds terrible. I don't understand why you did this. Why not just play the clip? It's not the same. I'm being gaslit.
Guy, and it was sort of an effort to push people of different political tribes to find commonalities in a way that's not in a middle ground sort of way, but in a way that's more radical.
And he was already familiar with my anti-clanker work.
I don't focus on that quite as much anymore because my interest has sort of, gone other places.
I mean, it sounds like your interest lately is hating robots. That is the
that's kind of my that's my current fixation, yeah.
Relevant to the anti-clanker movement, I explained to Atrioc why using slurs against clankers is morally good, actually.
Clankers, tin skins,
yeah, I was just
other such things.
I don't want to say the other ones. They sound...
Well,
is he worried I'm going to copyright strike him or something? I literally don't understand why he audio gave the shit out of it. Yes, I heard it in person. Again, I've seen his anti-clanker stuff, but now I heard him talk about it over dinner. He talked about wanting, there was a robot in LA, going down the street delivering a pizza or whatever. He talked about wanting to rip it open, like to tear it, to flip it over and rip it open. Copyright strike? Wait, top comment? What's the top comment? I certainly did not mess up the audio and re-upload the video. I don't know what you're talking about. Thank God he wrote that comment, because you guys were going to gaslight me till the end of fucking time and pretend like it was exactly the same. Thank God. Literally, there's not a fucking heart in your fucking brain. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
I don't think you should feel bad about using slurs against robots.
Was he going to re-upload it? Because this is horrendously loud.
Can't feel, if they can feel, then they should feel bad. Because that's what I do with my sentience. I suffer, so, I don't see why they should be any different. Part of the reason it's actually quite... it's sort of reclaiming these slurs, and it's taking us back to a time.
We begin by talking about post-racial fascism. Now, throughout this video, I'm using various internet characters, mostly streamers, as examples of different emerging political ideologies. I do this throughout the entire video. And this is sort of the main problem I'm kind of working through live here as I review this footage, which is that all of these streamer motherfuckers have mountains and mountains of lore to comb through, and a bunch of supporters who get very triggered if you say the wrong thing about them. And obviously,
if you say, for example, if you're talking shit about me, that I don't like coffee or that my fingers look normal, the squad's gonna be on you. The triggering will be fucking real, dude. They will attack. It's like the Bayhive, dude. They're all over.
I'm trying to choose my words very carefully and speak in such a way that I am accurately describing every political character in a way that every other political character can agree with, including the political character I am describing. So I use this thumbnail and I basically say, everyone here is a fascist despite being non-white. This was the first bird whose feathers I ruffled, I guess. As Nick Fuentes then proceeded to be fed this information by one of his chatters, that I had made a video saying that the alt-right is too mixed.
Roman Groy percent $10.
I did find out at dinner with J-Reg that Nick Fuentes, his dad's Mexican. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. I didn't believe it. He's so openly white nationalist. Like, I know, but it's crazy.
Jarek saying the new alt-right is too brown and not about Aryanism anymore and only ABT anti-Semitism. Our leaders are Taitier and Candice.
He's not Latino like me.
The whole movement is Italians and Latinos.
That's just a stupid outsider's take.
Nick Fuentes then goes on to explain how white people often fall for this Jewish myth that I'm repeating here.
All these white people are being tricked by Jewish people to follow Ben Shapiro and all this other crap.
Wait a second.
This is complicated.
Did Nick Fuentes just call me white? To be fair, we are about equally white, considering I am also 25% Hispanic. So I'm just glad he's consistent. It's like these guys have nothing to do because they're streaming for 12 hours a day. And so every time someone utters their name, that becomes content. With that in mind, I'm going to see how much dark necromancy I can invoke in the next 30 seconds. Aiden Ross!
That's why the trick is to stream only 2 hours, 45 minutes a day. Then you don't have that much time to fill. So you don't have to do that much stuff. That's the trick. Other streamers should learn from this.
Stable Ronaldo,
And not even a
Ludwig
day.
XQC, H3H3, Pokimane.
Okay.
Kai Sinat, Ninja. Now look, I didn't say that the alt-right was too mixed, okay?
Can we get Kai
I just
Sinat and
said
Ninja to have a discussion on
the
J-Reg?
most prominent figures on it are mixed, which is true. This is just an objective fact here. It's just one of those uncomfortable facts, you know? Like all the white leftists. It's just, you know, it's not ideal. I know. Now here, I basically call the generational run of Nick Fuentes.
I am less in the weeds. Like, I've never seen any content from Nick Fuentes. I never heard him speak. I don't know what he talks like. This is what I told him at dinner. I really had no idea who Nick Fuentes was when we did this call, but now you see him all over the place. I see him everywhere because I watch his content religiously to learn the best talking points. But I mean, for me, that's what made me like respect him being ahead of the game, because I did not know about him. You and Asman both. But I have seen when he's president.
He's reached containment. In the next like 6 months, you'll be hearing a lot about him.
Okay.
I actually met up with Atrioc last week, and he told me there that I was, he had ended up hearing a lot more about Nick Fuentes because of the containment breach that I described earlier. But I don't want to take credit for predicting this, okay? He was already sort of post-containment breach when I said this. And also, Atrioc himself basically predicted the rise of a further right figure.
I realize that a vast majority of people online get their opinions from one of these three people. There's a market opportunity for something else, and it's fun to write.
Damn, I'm funny.
There's this idea called castizo.
It's though. Someone watching this is going to get the impression that, like, listen, maybe this Atrioc guy's a little funny, but his mic is fucking horrible. He only changed the audio on all the clips. It's insane. He just blew the ears out. I'm actually getting frustrated. You guys are saying, to be fair, it is. It's not. I'm watching clips. We already know of shit. The result, which is another is how it should sound. This sounds fine. This sounds great. This is the audio that I recorded on this mic 2 days ago. It sounds great. This is what I wanted to sound like. Lower interest rates to either slow down or speed up the economy. It sounds great. So you're fucking rage baiting me. 80% of my react to this video is just getting fucking mauled.
My bit on efficient accelerationism didn't bother anybody because the only person I used as an example was Elon Musk. And Elon, unfortunately, does not live stream 12 hours a day to address every time someone uses his name.
I wish, though.
I wish. Elon, if you wanted to start live streaming, you would probably have to stream like 50 hours a day to cover everything everybody says about you. You should check out how I describe effective accelerationism to Atrioc in that video, because I also mentioned that one of the co-founders of effective accelerationism was watching my videos at the time, and they were using terms like we have to be autismophrenic and meta-ironic about how we do our branding. So that's interesting.
Left, it's Hawes.
I will say, I've gotten more, knowledge about some of this stuff since this meeting with J-Reg, but having that conversation with him at dinner, I just realized how he's so in the weeds on this shit. The slang, the 4chan shit, it's just, I can't keep up, bro. I feel like I have enough time keeping up with the mainstream stuff.
Kind of a Nazbol streamer. He's like a right-wing communist.
What the fuck is a Nazbol? Is that the thing that hunts down Frodo for the ring? I actually don't know.
Imagine a communist that says a lot of slurs, okay? And
I see.
Now here I bring up infrared Haas. I call him a Nazbol. That's not actually completely true, but he's just more culturally conservative than what you might imagine when you think of the word communist. Here someone takes issue with the fact that I describe his sort of...
Why the people spell my name like this with the H? Atrioc. What the is this? There's no need for an H. It's never been spelled with an H any time.
For a variant of communism is a communist that says slurs. But then literally every Haas fan is like, well, what's wrong with saying slurs? So, you know, I think that proves my point, but hey, I'll leave it to you. We talk a little bit about how the Overton window has shattered in the middle, and now being a centrist is outside of the Overton window while it has drifted to the left and to the right. I have a video about this where I go more in depth over here.
There is no Overton window. The internet has kind of blown the whole idea of an Overton window
Just like I've blown out your speakers.
You want, and you'll find an audience.
And I bring up the fact that not everything is politically viable and within the Overton window, and I use Ephilism as an example of this. It's an ideology where you should just kill everybody.
There's an ideology called Ephilism, right? It's like it's like very extreme antinatalism, and it's like not only should no one have kids, but I'm going to actively end life. It's a terrorism ideology, basically.
Look at my face. You can tell I'm thinking about it. Wait, look at my face, dude.
And it's like not only should no one have kids, but I'm going to actively end life. It's a
I'm like, go on, tell me more. Good points.
That there are no Ephialists in government. There are no people who are whispering in Donald Trump's ear saying everyone needs to die. The voluntary human extinction movement is not a real thing.
We're testing
so
nukes.
That's something I would say is outside the Overton window. Are you familiar with Destiny? Do you know that guy?
Somebody say Destiny?
Of course. Oops, I said the word destiny. Oops.
He'll say stuff like, you know, he will
everyone.
fight Hassan with equal intensity as he will fight someone like Donald Trump. Because the way he sees it, there's like a far left and there's a far right, and they both hate liberal democracy.
And Destiny takes issue with this framing because he is, you know, a Democrat, and he's an extremist Democrat. He's like, you know, full throttle, 100% party line Democrat.
Why is...
And, you know, this makes him center-left. This is, the Democrats are a center-left party. There are further left elements of the Democratic Party, like AOC and Zoran Mamdani, but Destiny is not, you know, completely aligned with those people. He's further to the right than those people.
Clearly, both extremes are equally bad.
And while agreeing with the rest of my political analysis, this is what always happens. It's always like, everything else you said is good, but when you mention me, you didn't read my lore iceberg. This is sort of the problem with mentioning streamers. I'm trying, as someone who is doing political commentary,
you gotta do the reading.
Create a map of the political landscape in such a way that everybody's going to be able to look at it and agree with it. And this is an impossible task. And I am running up.
Yeah, he was telling me this at dinner. He was like, I think I told him it was an impossible task. You might be quoting me here, because he said at dinner, he's like, my goal with my content is to say things in such a way that no matter where somebody falls, they'll listen to it and go like, oh yeah, that's and I was like, bro, that's fucking impossible. I said, that's not, you obviously can't do that. That's not a realistic thing. I think it's a clever goal because it makes people question themselves a bit. I think so many things are vibes based for people. And if you say things in the right way, they find themselves agreeing with things that don't actually hit their world. I think that's kind of interesting, but it's not like you can't always do that.
We are living in a totally post-truth time when everyone is in their separate bubble with their own worldview and perspective on the world. And so in an attempt to try to connect these worldviews, it's basically impossible. And yet, I think it's a fun intellectual exercise, and probably the most objective thing to do is to try and fail to describe it in terms that everybody can agree with. So, you know, that's the part of this analysis that Destiny was taking issue with here. Saying Destiny's name on the internet is like saying Voldemort's name out loud. He immediately feels a disturbance in the force and magically pops in your chat like Rumpelstiltskin.
I mean, I'll just say, this is true of every streamer. Even me, and I don't stream that much. If someone said my name somewhere, someone will tell me about it. This is just true. It's just the way it works. It's not even the streamer, it's the viewers. If somebody says my name somewhere on content, it'll be clipped, and then someone will send me the clip. That is just what will happen. Now, generally, I don't watch it. Generally, I don't watch it. I like J-Reg and I met him, which is why I'm watching this video. Maybe a mistake, but I'm doing it. But like, that's how the internet works. That's how it's gonna work. That's like something you sign up for. Don't blame the other chatters. It's just me. It's just this one guy.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Damn. Look.
Yeah, like, for example, Oni Pixel, a guy I haven't met and didn't really know about until the CSGO thing, said Big A once. And I got sent that clip like 100 times. And I'm not a big streamer, and I'm not only live for a few hours a day, usually with some topic I want to talk about. So it's like, I don't particularly blame any streamer for getting this information. And if they're live and they're seeing it, it's just the fucking nature of the beast. But I think they could do a better job of fucking ignoring it. It's not that hard. I can ignore it. You don't have to fucking constantly.
I do hate their medium. I think they have a bad medium. I think it's satanic. To be clear, you know, I'm not letting myself get off scot-free here. This whole thing is satanic. I'm in a glass house. I'm not going to throw stones. All right. And even someone in Destiny's chat acknowledges that this is a real thing, that the center left and the center right have to come together against emerging threats like the center left, center right coalition in Germany.
This is the center left/right coalition that formed in Germany.
They have to engage
Destiny
with
is
this,
so
and they have
stupid.
to be like, oh shit, there's a lot of like threats to liberalism right now.
They have to like handshake on 90% of things because I think it turns into an art piece that he blew out all the mics for every streamer. I think it actually makes this from like kind of just a react to a react into like this pulling up every clip and we all sound incredibly fucking blown out like we're on an Xbox mic in 2005 is kind of artistic. It's transformative.
So was Destiny the best example to use as a reactionary centrist? I don't know, you know, and I think to myself, is it useful to use political streamers as examples of these emerging ideologies, or should I just try to like not mention them? I'm still working that out. I think I probably will just keep mentioning them, and I'll keep having to learn more bullshit about their respective lore icebergs, which is poisoning my brain. It's really pure slop.
Okay, one last thing about that reaction.
That's good. You know what? That'd be cool if J-Reg is like the guy that goes into the swamps and brings back the treasure or whatever. I can like call him because he said he wanted to do another on-stream segment. Like if he brings back the truffles.
Talk about me, motherfucker. You're reacting to me. It's always Hassan. And when Hassan's talking about something even adjacent to Destiny, it's always about Destiny. These guys love each other. Talk about me.
You vaping?
Oh, sorry. No, this is just my Foom. This is my sponsor, Foom.
Is this a plug? He did tell me. There's another funny story that Jared told me. He said Nick Fuentes heard that someone mentioned him. I'm saying too many names that I'd never say, by the way, but I'm doing it anyway. This is funny. It's a late night Halloween stream. He said Nick Fuentes heard that someone mentioned him on Hassan's stream. So he pulls up Hassan's stream to hear his name mentioned, but Hassan's only talking about Destiny. So then Nick Fuentes is like angrily yelling at the screen, talk about me. It reminds me of the fucking OpenAI web. It's everything's all.
You know, Foom is a really great product. It helps you get off of vaping. And
you're right here. You're right here, bro. This is all for money.
Yeah, you caught me.
I caught you, dude.
I fall into the market forces.
Have you ever considered suicide?
Is this an ad?
Most vapists ask themselves on a daily basis. But what if the problem wasn't self-control? What if it was...
Did he just open a sponsor by saying, have you ever considered suicide? And then pivoting into a fucking Foom ad? That's unreal. I have to... That's actually crazy. I've never seen that get approved. He's a marketer, folks. Maybe that's why
sponsor
I like him.
Fume. Vapists are destroying their lungs with stuff like blue raspberry flavor, which is mostly lead, I think. Why would you destroy your lungs with blue raspberry when you could not destroy your lungs with crisp mint?
Is this even real? There's no fucking way this is real, right? Is this real? It's real? The ad is saying, unironically, don't destroy your lungs with blue raspberry, use a different flavor. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. It's not a vape.
Biggest flavor. Is it going to be white cranberry?
But it's tobacco, right?
Maple pepper. What's it going to be? Text drag, 1 or 2.
Oh, is it like it's okay, I know about this. This is like the ones that are just the cloud, right? So it's for the fixation. It's a stimmy thing. Yeah, I see. It's for people that need something to do like a vape, but it doesn't do anything.
Nicotine in this. That's right. You may surprise you learn there isn't any nicotine in this fume. There isn't any nicotine in this fume. It's just wholesome, natural, essential oils which have been concentrated into a extremely potent.
All right. Well, I will still skip.
I'm gonna add.
It seems good.
like an hour.
I have a lot of.
There's 2 ads to do.
I'm fuming.
I have 2 ads.
Okay, now for the Hassan React. We love the Hassan React. Me and Hassan were even mentioned in the same GQ.
The way he said that, the hands and then saying the we love the, that's the Trump. And I realized I've been doing that kind of only half ironically lately. I feel like the Trump linguistics is like seeping into a lot of people's don't we, folks? Especially this, dude. Put your hands forward, push them back like this. It is the greatest emphasis. That is his most positive legacy. He's infected. I mean, it has been a decade of it, right? It's been a decade of it. It just gets into your brain.
Where he said, a guy watching me, the fact that he watched me meant he was fried, which I have no, I can't argue with that, honestly.
True.
And then, of course, in order to explain the main rift on the left, the liberal versus left dichotomy, I have to talk about Israel-Palestine.
Okay.
Look, I don't know anything about Israel-Palestine.
With a blown-out mic.
I get all my information about that through Hassan H3 Drama. There's like, there's Hassan Moss and H3 Israel or something. I don't really know.
In this image, explaining this to Atrioc, I say that of these 4 characters, Hassan is the most tanky, and I did not expect the shitstorm to emerge from that statement. Again, it's like walking on a fucking minefield whenever you bring up any of these guys. All I said was, okay, Destiny is a liberal.
Can't look at my
H3,
chat.
H3 social democrat, mostly liberal. Yes, he's a Zionist. You know, the liberals are Zionists in this equation. That's just what happens most of the time. Now, dude, okay, let me be really clear here, all right? I did not say if Hassan was a tanky or not, all right? I think people just heard what they wanted to hear because this is, okay, I swear to God.
This is a response video, J.
I
Ray?
feel way more confident talking about Israel-Palestine than I do H3 versus Hassan. That is, there's more lore to it. Entire history of Israel-Palestine, dating back to the foundation of Israel, has less lore than H3 Destiny and Hassan. And it's more polarizing, and there's more nuance, and it's less cut and dry. All I said was, of these 4 people, 3 of which are liberals or libertarian socialists, Hassan is the most tanky. He is the most approaching the red quadrant on the political compass. This is just true. But Hassan is the closest to a traditional communist of these 4. And then somebody goes into Hassan's chat and says,
J-Reg went on Atrioc stream and talked about the political compass, lumped you as only talking about Israel-Palestine for drama.
But of course, Hassan hears this and immediately tries really hard to resist calling me retarded. You can see the gears turning.
Yeah, I think he has a intellectual disability if he genuinely thinks that I only talk about Israel-Palestine for drama.
He just said mental disability. Like, you are calling me retarded. This is really a video.
The word we use now is, we say Tylenol eater. That's what everyone says now. What I've seen is the LA approved way to say that. People have been saying Tylenol eater. That's what I've heard it a lot lately. People are saying it all the time. That's what they've been saying. You say neurospicy? I mean, that's actually kind of nice. That's actually kind of nice. Everyone wants to be a little spicy. Oh, by the way, wait, sorry to get off topic a little bit. You know, we did that whole Big A clip on autism special announcement and how insane that was. I think RFK literally walked it back. Yeah, dude. It's only been a fucking month, dude. You go on fucking national news and that's fucking crazy, bro. Anyone could have told you that. That was so wild.
Okay, and it's not about any particular streamer because I don't really hate any particular streamer as people. I think they're all fine. I've met a lot of them. I like a lot of them. But man, dude, streamers to me feel like caged animals. They're like dogs. They hate their chat so much because they attract just terrible people who have nothing to do with their lives besides watch them for 12 hours a day. And I kind of get why they hate their chat.
3 hours.
They're also like addicted to streaming. They're addicted to the validation of seeing the chat wheel go by. They're addicted to the money that comes.
I'm fucking not addicted. That's why I barely show up. Am I addicted to the money? Who isn't? But I'm not addicted to fucking streaming. This does not apply to me. On God, dude. On God. I already don't stream enough. I need to stream more.
You know, you make thousands and thousands of dollars for streaming for a couple of hours. And just like a gambling addict, they clearly also hate streaming. I mean, they're addicted to it, but they hate it. And they hate their chat. And they get super triggered at their chat like all the time. Also not true. I literally, I know I'm tooting my own fucking dick here. I
don't feel like that. No, you guys are saying you're kind of, I've crashed out on people, of course, who hasn't? But I like my chat. Legitimately, I like my chat. I legitimately do. That's one of the good things. That's why it's better to record live than offline. I literally do. I'm not gonna say everybody. Of course not everybody. I'm only thinking of you right now when I say that. If you're listening, I'm thinking of you as the good one. But everyone else, TBD, all right? I don't hate my chat. I'm not saying there's points I haven't hated my chat. But on the whole, I don't feel like stressed to go live and talk to my chat. I have no problem with that. The problem I have with it is I think I streamed more. I know I streamed more hours before I started covering more news. Here's the fucking truth of it, bro. And I'll just say it. I'll just talk about me personally. I'll talk about me personally, bro. The idea of talking about things that I haven't had a chance to read a good amount about beforehand is not fun. It's stressful. It's stressful. And so I'll do it here and there if there's something new breaking, I watch a video or someone's explained it. But like in general, I don't like doing that. And so which means I have to spend more of my time offline. Yeah, that's just that's how I see it. So I couldn't imagine doing all that many hours. Then give us more slop. Yeah, the problem is when you do slop, it is not satisfying to do. Like, I'll tell you honestly, I'm just speaking honestly about all this shit right now. It's just me. It's just my little lane, my little area, how I do things. I don't give a fuck anyone else that thinks. I'm sure they all have their own reasons and they're all great. Talking about me, okay? If I make a video like this, and I'm not saying they're all like this, like the fucking Counter-Strike one, or like the let me defend my stance, or like the China's insane fast food scandal, or like Xbox is imploding feet lean a con, all this shit, or this one especially, because I did a lot of research for this one. Make the fucking infinite money glitch video. Like this shit takes some time offline, and I really feel good when I put it up. And if I just, I'll give you an example. I really like playing this game, Road to Empress, but I feel nothing when that video gets uploaded. Okay, I'm sorry, I just don't. It just feels like something I'm doing to pass the time so people like it. But when I upload a video like this, I feel good about it. And then the response you get from other people is nicer. I don't know. It's like makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile. But I don't feel so good about that. I'm just telling you. It doesn't mean I can't do game stuff. I'm working on an Age of Empires video right now. I'll show you a little sneak peek. Let me show you a tiny sneak peek because I think it's actually going to be fucking banger. We're having these 3D Blender models to explain the different resources in the greatest Age of Empires game of all time. It's going to be so sick, bro. It's going to be actually a fucking, and this is exciting. But like, you know, a highlight of me playing Age of Empires is not as exciting. That's just honestly how I feel. It's not like I'll never do it. I uploaded me playing Silksong. I'm fine with it. But you know, at the end of the year, you look back on shit that you feel proud of, and that shit I feel proud of. That's the honest truth of it. Is it because it feels more like a normal job? Maybe. I don't think that's why or not why. It feels like you added value. That's what it feels like. Don't you feel proud of beating Lost Lace Hitless? If I did it, I haven't done it yet, but of course I will feel proud of that. I still have too much gamer pride for a man in his 30s. I should just not care, bro. People talk shit on my fizz, I still get mad. And it's like, I haven't played League of Legends in a fucking goddamn... I don't know. It's just in my brain. Anyway, I feel solid about the way I'm doing it now, but not so much the last half of this month. I feel like my thing has been off, but that's only because I feel unhealthier. I'm very excited for 2026, the year of fucking health. I'm going all in. I'm setting a real goal. 2026, I'm grinding it. Year of health, bro. I'm seriously going all in on it, and we're gonna fucking see how. Why wait? Well, the number one reason why wait is because I have to hit my first goal, which is I want to get a clip every day, and I want to feel good about the clip, and so that's taking up a lot of my time right now. But then I'm mahaing in 2026. Carrot juice and steroids. Running or weights, both. I mean, it's gonna be basketball for cardio, but I want to do basketball. I'm gonna try and get a basketball trainer for real. I'm gonna try and work out 3 or 4 times a week consistently. Do something active every day. Sleep 8 hours, same time every night. I'm gonna try to go fucking all, like really, and make that my only goal more than any content thing. Because I think I have a sinking feeling, or this promising feeling that if I do that, I will end up feeling better and having more time for content. Although I'm not sure about that. I also need to change my process because like I've read more books this year than I've read in maybe any year. And every time I finish a book, I go, I'm gonna make a video on that, and then I don't. And then I fucking don't. I just don't. There's something that I just move on to the next book and keep reading. And like sometimes I'll throw a little line from it in a clip, but I don't actually make a video. And I really do need to do that. And I'd like to, because I think there's cool ideas in there. This is a fire goal, but hard to stay consistent. I mean, I'll just say, bro, I set a goal this year for the clips, and we did it so far. We're in November. We'll get there. I think I can do it. I think it's a goal I could hit. If I have one big goal, usually I can hit it. You said you would stream 10 days in a row. Yeah, but the mini goals, they don't stick. I say a lot of shit on this stream that is not true. When it comes to fucking shit I'm gonna do tomorrow. It's the big goal that I set like at the beginning of the year. That shit I stick to. And I want to set a goal around health next year and really stick to it. When I'm saying it, I'm not lying. You know, I have a personality problem for a long time, well before I was a streamer, where I see the future very rosily and I underestimate conflicts that will happen. Like, for example, I'm like, I'll be there in 20. I'm imagining that I leave instantly, that there's no traffic, that everything works out great. And like the real world never works out that way, and I always get there 15 minutes later. It's like, that's what I should just say the more honest number. But in my mind, it's like, it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna work out. You know, that's just how I think of it. And yeah, it's something that's definitely gotta work on for sure, 100%. But it's a good way to view the world. I just generally think most things will work out. That's how I think about most things. I generally got a smile about most things. All right, let's watch the end of this.
You know, Fuentes is mostly popular for shitting on his chat. Hassan, every 5 minutes, is pulling up someone, yelling at them, and banning them. Anyway, I don't like streaming.
He's got a big enough chat to do that, bro. If I ban people at that same rate, I'd have like 8 guys left in here. Even when I yell at someone, I just fucking time them out, bro. I need, if you're a sub, I can't afford to be tossing out subs into the fucking garbage.
But one day I will stream 8 hours a day for like a month, just to put my money where my mouth is and
do it
and verify if it's satanic or if I'm just biased against streamers. But interestingly enough, Hassan, immediately after basically calling me retarded, says he's like,
but I doubt he's that stupid. I think he's actually he's had some funny moments on that issue at least, so I don't know if he's like that.
And it's like, actually, I've seen some of his stuff about Palestine. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like, immediately walks it back. And it makes me feel like, these people are just constantly under attack. They are villainized constantly. The vast majority of people hate them, and they have a really small in-group, which is sort of like a cult-like following that rushes to defend them as soon as anything is said that could even be interpreted.
When am I gonna get that? The closest you get to my group, the more you call me bald. The more you watch Atrioc, the more you call me fucking bald and old. I've completely flipped the paradigm, bro. The people that casually watch me go, hey, I like Atrioc, I like his content, I'll stand up for him. The people that fucking watch a lot of it, he's so fucking bald, glizzy, bald. I've flipped it, bro. What a fucking...
I'm not against any of these guys, all right? I think they're all fine. I would probably like most of these people if I met them in
Tier list us!
person. The only way to
J-Reg, tier list us. Put me at the fucking top. We went to dinner together. Tier list us.
really curate an audience as a streamer is to be really kind of cult-like in your calling.
Not true.
I get it. I don't think
Not
they're doing
true.
anything wrong. I just think that's the medium. My goal is to...
I guess I shouldn't say that when there's literally an A-cult. I shouldn't say not true. I don't need to do that when there's literally a literal A-cult and we literally had people on stage wearing robes and hoods walk out with fucking cows and coffee. But that, I feel like that's the exception that proves the rule, dude.
Try as objectively as possible, which, you know, is again impossible, to describe what's going on the internet, especially so that normal people can understand and get a pretty good bird's eye view of what's happening. Gun to my head, based off what I know about Hassan, I'd probably put him like here on the political compass, like again, like what I said, approaching the red. You know, veering into the red quadrant. But, and again, I think some anti-Hassan people will probably be like, no, he's a full-on tanky. He's far off.
I will say this, you know, J-Reg has made his whole bag off of political compass stuff. I'm kind of a political compass hater in general. I think it's really reductive as a way to describe human beings. I think most people, especially people who are not trying to be like political commentators, who usually end up falling into a certain fucking rigid path, but people that are regular people you're talking to are like, they're scatter plots, bro. I think most people that you'll actually talk to in real life are fucking scatter plots on a lot of issues. And also there should be like fucking 10 more axes. And I find talking about this, especially these labels, I know it's like an easy thing to say, oh, we hate labels, but I find talking about it is very unhelpful. I think people like feeling like they belong and people want the label so they can find a group, but it's not helpful because no group is big enough to get things done. So like all the great political movements of actual real life, you know, like FDR brought together Southern racists, Northern industrialists, he brought together a lot of different people to get a broad thing passed. I just don't think in real life you're gonna get these small, unless there's like a fucking military coup with you kind of have to find things that a lot of people can agree on and put aside your differences so you can get those things passed. That's sort of that's how I think about my stream. I think people could come to me from a lot of different areas and find parts that they agree with, and hopefully I can pull them towards that part. You know, I don't expect everyone to agree one-to-one. Although if you don't, I hate you.
And dude, Look up Hawes, okay? It can get a lot more authoritarian. Okay, this is really funny in retrospect. I say you can draw no positive line between these people. And at the time, Destiny and H3 were sort of seen as a unit that was coalesced against Hassan, sort of anti-Hassan action on the internet.
These people all hate each other. Every single one of these people hate each other. No, you can draw no positive line between any of these people.
And I think like right after, Destiny reacts to this and he's like, wait, H3 likes me, doesn't he? And then, like 2 days later, they're publicly feuding and they hate each other now. So I called it.
There's
Another
no
W
true love
for the
on the internet.
balkanized left, which is to say, God, I hate it here, dude. Why didn't Bernie Sanders call it a genocide quicker? We talk a little bit about Thomas Matthew Crooks here, who tried to assassinate Trump. And we describe this growing group of extremely disaffected young people who just sort of are violent nihilists. And, as much as I want to say this is totally outside the Overton window, most of the political assassinations we're seeing are from violent nihilist people who are like,
it's on the rise.
Again, like no lives
It's on the rise.
FLism, so far antinatalist that you think you should be killing people. So, it's kind of is anyone else get the vibe that it's like a horrifying time to exist? Okay, so those are all the thoughts I have about the Atrioc stream and streamers in general. And as my role as sort of like a political commentator and what my goal should be, again, my two goals are one, validate and promote extreme. I can't say that I can't. I don't. YouTube. No. By the way, YouTube has been completely fucking my channel. I don't know if I've made that clear, but stuff that used to fly is now not flying. So I'm gonna just say my goal is to just accurately describe the political landscape as it is right now. Okay. That's what I'm doing.
Small caveat. He might seem like a interesting fellow, funny, different takes than you're seeing, less polarized, but he's fucking Canadian. I found this out. He's fucking Canadian. It's like, it was a big oof for me. It's always the one you least expect, bro. Always the one you least expect.
And
you think you know a guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of extremism.
He invited me. This is not a joke. He said, hey, we have a couch you could sleep on in Toronto. We have a couch in a warehouse. People are always coming in and out. You could go. It's like, bro, I could get a hotel. Like, I would love to visit your studio, but I could get a hotel. I don't need a true Canadian hospitality. Yeah, it's like a communal couch, but it's not even like his couch. It's like a couch in a warehouse. I guess that's a compliment because he thinks I'm in my 20s or something. That's a very 20s thing to say to someone, to be like, yo, I got a couch in a warehouse you can sleep on. I was like, bro, I have a 401k now. I've got gold in a vault. I'll pay for a Hilton downtown Toronto. All right, well, that was a funny video. That was a hoot.